Good morning, everybody. Monty, Geometry, Shadle. We're on week 12, middle of December, and on Tuesday, we discussed proper notation for translations, reflections, and rotations. And here was the notes we took. To rotate, capital R, with a degree symbol, positive is to the left, negative to the right. To reflect, when we flip it over either the y-axis or the x-axis with a capital R, and then to translate meant to slide left, right, slide up, down. We put a capital T with the amount in the x direction, the amount in the y direction. All right, day 2 of this. Today, we want to make sure that we recognize those notations, okay? So the first thing we want to do is week 12, December 10th, it's Thursday. We're in rigid motions. On Tuesday, we learned to write that notation. Today, we want to recognize the notation and be able to describe what is happening. So let's look at the first one. T, little a, b, duck. Well, duck is the shape, D-U-C-K. It's a trapezoid. What does T stand for? Okay, look back in your notes. T stands for translation. Now, because this was done in a virtual world, A, B, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to translate 3 to the right, 1, 2, comma 2 down. Okay, so I need you to be able to recognize that. Then today we're going to go practice what this means. We're going to translate this shape over 3 units and down 2 units. Okay, so in your notes, T32 means to translate to the right and down. Okay? Let's look at the second one. Look back at your notes. What does a capital R and this 45 represent? Look back in your notes. Capital R means to, when you see the degree symbol, rotate. We're going to rotate 45 degrees. So go ahead and write in your notes, RX 45 degrees means to rotate the shape 45 degrees. Which direction? Okay, it's like a positive here. Which direction? To the left. To the left. In the positive direction. And then later today, we're going to try to practice this. Okay, what does that mean, 45 degrees? Well, 1, 2, 1, 2. So then we go 1, 2, 1, 2. Our new line would be here. That would be 90 degrees. This would be kind of hard, huh? So halfway is our new line, okay? So our new line, boom. Okay, and then we go over 1, up 2, over 1, up 2. This is like a straight line, isn't it? Yeah, that's a straight line. 1, 2, 1, 2. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Something like that. Okay, and we'll practice that. But the key is to recognize what the notation says. All right, R sub n. Okay, all right. Now, This one, if we've already done the translation, we already done the rotation, this must be to reflect. And we said in this class we're only going to do the x-axis and the y-axis. So let's pretend this is like the y-axis. So this is a reflection. We're going to reflect the y-axis, or in this case, the n line. All right, so we're going to reflect. Okay, so make sure that you wrote down r sub n, and in this case it was a triangle. Okay, means to reflect. Okay, and then today we're going to practice that. What does that mean? Over 1, over 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's our line here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There's our line there. Connect the dots, right? Okay. So we've got to practice this. All right. So what I would like you to do now is, because we're in the virtual world and this is the video from class, the whole class went to the whiteboard activity. Okay. So our whiteboard activity today was, let's practice translating. Okay. To translate from A to B. So let's rewrite this. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to translate this arrow 4 units to the right, 1, 2, and down 2 units. So that's going to be -2. Okay, so down, -2. Did I write that correct in our notes? Down, down 2. I should have had a negative here, huh? See, that's why we got to be in class. All right. So I'm going to take the arrow, every dot, over 4, down 2. Over 4, down 2. And here's all the vertices. So each vertex needs to be done. Cool. Let's just go do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. As soon as you write it, make the W prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. X prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Y prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Z prime. Cool. So now I've got half of my arrow. 1, 2 for T prime. 1, 2 for U prime. And over 1 and up. V prime. Okay? So, what did we do? We translate four to the right, down 2. Okay? And we verified the shape is the same because we did all those measurements. All right, that was to translate. Now, let's try a reflection to flip. So we're going to flip the arrow across line K. And in the virtual world, we'll call this the y-axis. Okay, the y-axis. Again, to do it, just count. This is over 1, back 1. That'll be our X prime. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. W prime. 1, 2, 1, 2. Y prime. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Z prime. Okay, now if you want, you can actually draw these lines of parallelness, right? To help verify that you got it in the right spot. Actually, we'll make this one blue. Okay, all right. So then we're going to continue this. It's too wide, And we're going to label that T prime. I go up to U prime. Oop. So we have U prime and V prime. So what did we do? We reflected across line K each vertice. We flip the arrow across line K or the y-axis. Okay? All right, that's a reflection. So the key is being able to read the notation and then follow it. Our last one is a rotation. Now, a rotation is a little more difficult to sketch. So the first thing is we're going to rotate the arrow. We're going to rotate about point Z, and in the virtual world that would always be the origin, 0, 0. Each vertice has to be rotated negative 90 degrees. Which way is negative? Okay? Remember, counterclockwise is positive, clockwise is negative. So that's going to go in this direction. So let's pretend. Draw this arrow. Okay? If I'm going to rotate 90 degrees, it's going to be on its side, isn't it? Okay? So we want to take this A all the way up here. As a matter of fact, yeah, I like that. Z, Z. I wonder, yeah, I like that. We can just slide it right up there, couldn't we? Yeah. All right, so then this is Z and Z prime. All right, let's give it a try. Okay, so Z will stay Z prime. T is going to go right here, isn't it? It's going to be kind of messy, isn't it? Yeah. Kind of messy. T prime. Then we got to go up 2 units. So there's our arrow. There's our arrow. For 90 degrees. Okay, so Z stayed at Z. T, let's use some yellow here. T goes to there. Okay, while that happens, Y comes here. And U is going to go up to here. W to W. And V to V prime. And X to X prime. All right. I think those arrows kind of help visualize that, don't they? Yep. Yep, yep, yep. All right, and then that goes all the way in there. All right. So in class, we practiced all 3. The key was notation. All right. So now when you go and try your solo activity, okay, we have a translation, a reflection, a rotation. That's today's work. And you saw that this video is 14 minutes. So remember, try to do 20 minutes worth of work. There's 6 problems. You don't have to do them all. Do one of each. And then we'll see you tomorrow for our Friday fun math activity because it's December. See ya.